The use of fertilizers apart from irrigation is recognized as one of the quickest ways of increasing productivity of field crops. The additional yields obtainable would however depends on many other factors like rainfall, climate, sunshine, hours, soil types, etc. Under unfavorable conditions and poor crop husbandry, fertilizers use may give only marginal returns. To minimize risk on account of adverse weather conditions, assured irrigation facilities would greatly prompt the farmer in adopting fertilizer practice. That is probably why fertilizers use is confined mainly to irrigated or assured rainfall areas in the country. Thus, although the type and extent of fertilizer use should normally be determined by the crop, soil type, and other associated agricultural practices, the farmer's decision whether or not to use fertilizer would be governed by how much net returns or profit it would bring to him as against the national angle of increasing agricultural production by adoption of all improvement measures. The ultimate consideration likely to wait with the farmer, therefore, is whether or not fertilizer use would be remunerative. Para. With the production of high yielding varieties of cereals which are believed to be highly fertilizers responsive, more and more areas are being brought under cultivation of these varieties mainly on accounts of a higher production as also increased profits accruing from the use of fertilizers on these varieties. Pulshab, the main objectives of this study was to investigate the extent to which profits were received by farmers from the use of fertilizers on high yielding varieties and further to suggest measures so that fertilizer use may become remunerative to the farmers for whom it is not so at present. Rice and wheat being the principal cereals on which most of the fertilizer is used at present, this investigation was confined to those two crops only. Para. The use of fertilizers apart from its cost and additional labor required for its application would also add to a number of other associated costs. The farmer would, for instance, give more irrigation, more intensive intercultural practices, and adopt such measures as to ensure maximum returns. Additional labor would also be required for harvesting the transporting the additional yields. Interest on the investment on fertilizers would be an additional cost factor. Stop.